Okay. Oh god. Everything's dying. Everything's dying. Okay. Let's open that back up. Let's try that again. Let's try not cheat engine using 1.5 gigs of RAM. That's not meant to happen. That's my hot take. Okay. IntelliJ is starting back up. And hopefully we'll just recognize it. That'd be nice. I am not used to using OBJ. Oh, nice, it's all working. Come on, load up faster. There we go. Okay, so now's the point in time where we first have to figure out how to render a model. That's probably an important thing to figure out. This is the Brella voice reveal. This is the true hidden timeline. I need Noesis. I have Noesis here somewhere, right? Oh. Okay. I need to shut down Spiral just in case that starts hogging up more memory. Oasis, let's go. Please. Please run. I'll have to add in Noesis as a scene. Alright. Where are we going? We need to, let's make a folder for the models. For the models that we want. Okay, Spiral. I'm not sharing mine. This is the part, yeah, pretty much, honestly. I mean, like, we kinda hit that point at the start, but now is absolutely where it all just comes into the fray. Honestly, you're right. Alright, I've got notifications turned on. Hopefully that'll work. But I honestly am not holding out my hopes for it. Nothing works. I'm streaming Spiral development. Everything is going to start falling apart right from the get-go. It's just the nature of this awful game. Like, pretty much, once you start working on anything beyond absolute basic material for Danganronpa, you have begun descent into an awful and dark place. And that place is called Spiral, essentially. It's a mess. but, you know, it's my mess. It's the mess that I've created. Now I've got to live with it. Okay. The downward spiral into spiral. Oh, I need to actually pick a sound file. There's no sound files. The downward spiral of spiral. Opening folder failed. This is a good program. I can tell. Okay, so copy that. Noesis then needs to access the workspace. Source main. No, wait, no, not source. Models stand. Alright, and I'll add this into. And I'll add in Noesis as a. Okay, where's. Oh, wait, no, it's under wine. Because it's running through wine. There we go. Alright. Oh, yeah, I should actually link it. Okay, so this is our beautiful model. As you can tell, clearly the developers of Danganronpa really went all out. A lot of care has been taken to ensure that this model meets the needs of the game. We need a OBJ file. Export complete. Perfect. And if we... I'm not even sure. Like, I think they had to make shortcuts, but the end result, like, it's beautiful. And yeah, so it exports to an OBJ file really easily. Perfect. Okay, so next step, we need to read in the my brain stopped working. That's not a surprise, honestly. We need to start reading in. We're going to start with the OBJ file. Because... Oh, that's why it can't open it, because that folder doesn't exist. Programs. It's weird seeing a program that's not mine break. Like, that's my hot take. Do I have a .wav file? I should have a... Oh, that's right. All of Danganronpa's sounds are .wav files. Sorry, I just need to add in a notification sound for the stream program. Because apparently it's complaining at me. And I don't like it when other things complain. That's my domain. I'm the royal complainer around here. Pretty much. I'm still trying to get over the mental anguish of crashing Danganronpa itself. Like, that... I didn't even think that was possible, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't realize it was possible to actually deallocate another processor's memory, but now you know. Top 10 traumatic experiences, and it tops the list every time. Let's just check them with OBS. 0 dropped frames, fucking hell. That's actually really nice. My internet is not being completely shit for once. Okay. One sound files. Alright. There we go. Now I should get a little notification when we get messages. Alright, so I'm gonna go steal my code, my own code, so it's okay. I'm allowed to do it. I'm gonna steal my code for reading. I forgot the names. For reading OBJ files because I actually did it all right in Spiral. So let's switch off from Noesis. Back to this. Look at this brilliant code. This is. Let me demonstrate the pure beauty that this code right here is capable of producing. Okay, I need to. That's not the right key combination. We'll get there eventually. So with this beautiful combination of code that I've elegantly stolen from, again, another program, we should be able to, once it runs, I'm going to trust that this will hold up with OBJ as well, because I'm not sure. Surprisingly enough, I don't do a lot of streaming. So it's pretty much a game of crossing our fingers and hoping for the best. So we get this beautiful screen right here. At the moment, doesn't do anything. But, you know, that's what we're working on. That's what this stream here is for. It's a team building exercise between me and this god-awful game. Okay, where formats? Models. OBJ model format. Calls OBJ model. No, I need to convert. I've got it here somewhere. OBJ parser. There it is. There she be. Alright. Let's chuck that in there. My chair is sinking. Jill, listen. You're right, but I don't want to hear it. Oh, it's a lot of errors. Okay. Okay. Ignore the fact that everything just broke. It's... this is programming, unfortunately. Okay. Where these are all pulled from... Oh, nice. Nice and easy. Something along those lines. Allegedly. I need a new file. So basically, the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to set up a window to try and render a basic model. And come to think, there's probably already code for it online, but I'm lazy. I don't... Wait, no, I'm the opposite of lazy. I'm stubborn. So we're going to make it ourselves. Tabulations, and we need a inline fun, inline A, B, C, pair A, B. No, it's not inline, it's infix. And C, triple A, B, C. Inline fun. I actually forgot the function declaration. Good fun. These need to be... And I've got the order wrong. I love generics, but I hate generics. Triple, first, second, C. let's actually name that third for the sake of consistency. Because I like neat code, despite the fact that I never write it whatsoever. Oh, we need to import OSL. That's what it is. That's why this is complaining. Build a Gradle. Open spiral language. And close that. Basically, like, it was all complaining and I wasn't exactly sure why. But the reason for that is because we don't actually have all of the structure involved involved around the parboiled wrappings. Now, this isn't going to be good code, but it's also not going to be terrible code. Probably. Maybe. Allegedly. I'll rewrite this eventually. And now we just wait for Gradle to acknowledge that, yeah, that's actually a correct file. And then realize that my computer is right there. Although Maven actually builds... Gradle? You, do you feel like working at all? What the hell? Gradle is not recognizing my dependency. Gradle is just dead. Open spiral language. I haven't declared my repository, that's what it is. Smartest programmer of the year. It's under 2 megs. I'm an absolute moron sometimes. It's alright. Now it's working. See? See? Look at that. Look at that. It's perfect. There's no issue. And let's just hijack this to go... how do I do... So non-existent in the first place. OBJ parser is parboiled created, and that's properly. Yep. Nice. Val runner. We had a Valhalla. Get ready for Val runner. OBJ model format. That's nice and all. Model reads. Okay, so I am going to steal this code again because it's all I do. Oh, and it almost all works first time. Just because we didn't have a type alias. Is that actually... Wow, that... Okay, I haven't updated the OBJ model. That's something. Doesn't string array close it. We can use that. There we go. So we want to declare a model. Using the file that we have back here. With funky naming because why not? And we will just print out how many faces there are. Now, if that code works properly, we'll get a couple of, we'll get a number greater than 0, and hopefully less than 7 million. So let's see how that goes. Hopefully, hope the resolution's alright. I'm currently using my TV as my main monitor, so resolution's shitty for me as well. We're all suffering together. That's the important thing. If it's exactly 7 million, I'll scream. 0. Okay. What are you doing? It's breaking somehow. MTL lib, we ignore G. Are we ignoring? Yeah, no, we have comments. We do have comments. So something's breaking and it just... Alright, let's debug. Having to debug right off the bat is good fun. That's the sign. That's the sign that you know it's gonna be a good day. Alright, result. Matched false, fair enough. Where's the error? Invalid input. Start index 43. And of course, that villain finder. Open with Sublime. Sublime isn't in my default for opening OBJ files. I guess that kind of makes sense. You're opening a model with a text editor. What did I say it was? What number? 43. Okay, so it's basically just when I go to ignore that. There we go. Let's chuck an optional flag on that. And let's try that again. Hopefully this will work this time. Hopefully. Hopefully. I don't have high confidence. This is, after all, my code that I have stolen and bastardized. Yep, didn't think so. Alright. What's the second error? Okay. Matched false. Pass errors. Invalid input. 46 to 47. We made progress. V. Wait, why is it failing on that? It's a vertex. We have V. We have a space. Does it not like the space? Oh, because the group's fucking it up. The group is right. I kinda get this. Kind of. Very vaguely. Maybe. G is proving to be a problem. If I edit this and try it again. Okay. Still input failed. IntelliJ is honestly very, very cool. All of JetBrains' stuff is very high quality. And I would say that it's absolutely worth the price if I paid for it. I didn't pay for it. I get it free as part of my student discount. But honestly, it's really good. So failed matches. Wait, it's failing the digit matcher? At 51. That makes no sense. What? You can't fail it if you're not even there. Okay, but that's failing basically because we don't have... we don't support negatives for good reason. I don't ever want to support negatives. Vertices can have negative values. VT, okay. Let's try that. What should actually be something that's simple for why everything ever has always broken? Alright, cross the fingers, everyone. Matched false. Of course, it's never that easy. 46 to 47 again. This time, it's the optional that's failing? How does an optional fail? Okay, wait. Okay, it's trying to... Noesis, again, is being... Alright. Buckle down, children. This is why you don't try and pass content from external parties. No, it needs to be an inline white space. So basically, the issue was Noesis was putting 2 spaces in. I was expecting to only have 1 space because, you know, we're already dealing with ASCII. I don't want to add more data. I want less data. But despite that, Noesis still decided, hey, let's chuck 2 spaces in. And that was screwing with everything. I absolutely agree. It wasn't a problem per se.
The part of the issue was the way that I have to handle the way that so OBJ models are basically their ASCII text, which makes them very good for being able to manually read, and they're great for passing around. But there's 2 issues. The first is they get big. They get big quickly. This small little... So for comparison, the GMO model I have is about 1 kilobyte. It should actually be like 800 bytes. If I open... find the info... Okay, 1,380 bytes. Right? It's small. The OBJ file is 3 kilobytes for the exact same image. Arguably with maybe some more safety. But the other issue that you get is trying to pass that information. When you have a... when you've got text, text is going to be notoriously more difficult to pass than binary data, because you've got to deal with a lot of other elements involved. Text-based formats like OBJ files tend to be a lot more freeform. Fortunately, Parboiled came to the rescue. Parboiled is a great library that supports grammar, basically. It's what I use for for OSL parsing, which is what powers my sanity when it comes to scripts. Parboiled is honestly really awesome. It's part of, I think it's called CFGs, Context-Free Grammars. They are so good. Okay, 859 to 860 is where our next problem is. I don't have support for blank new lines. Wow. Let me just... Okay. Once again, Noesis is formatting OBJ files to look nice. That's great, that's an admirable trait. But the issue is that's padding extra data. Extra data I was not expecting. And there we go. It's successfully matched. Hang on. Hang on, what? Oh, of course, Jill. That's said to be the reason behind all the obscurity with SFL files. Because they look really nice when you open them up and convert the bytes to colors. It makes a really nice picture. The side effect is no one ever likes working with them. That's complete bullshit. Don't trust me on anything. Value array list. Array list, okay. Two vertex. I mean, give it a shot. I'd actually be interested to see what it comes up with. Hang on. Alright, so we're going to step through this frame by frame. We have an array list, model vertex. Okay, so first issue is negatives are not being picked up properly. Although they should be. They should be. What's happening here? No, wrong thing. Float, you have an optional negative sign. One or more digits in an optional sequence. By definition, that should be picking up the negatives. Unless... Wait, is this reversed? No, it's not reversed, that's why. I should be reversing that, though. Come to think of it. Maybe? This code confuses me, and that's not a good sign, honestly. Value stack to list. Okay, so what have we got? So right at the start we've got the model vertex. Right at the end we've got a model. Why are they're all model vertexes? We have 25. We only have 25 elements and non-model vertices. Why do I get this sinking feeling? Yes, it only matches. Okay. So it's breaking at the blank new line. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So what that means is that little new line that I put in there is actually breaking it, so we need to remove it. Oh, that code is also wrong. Alright, who wants to cry? Because we're going to have a look at the main spiral language parser. No one try to understand this because I don't either. It's awful code. And I'm scrolling by because I need one specific thing. Okay, no, that's the I'm just going to copy that. File's not writable, good. Clear state optional white space comment. So we need a line, followed by line. At a guess, this can be solved by either trimming the white space or adding a blank check. Result true, but the value stack, presumably, value stack size is going to be 26. Yep, that's what I thought. So what we can do is we can How do we want to handle this? Because basically, so we've got this line, which ends with a new line, and then we just have a new line terminated. What we can do is we can do a I have no idea. What abomination. Oh boy. It's beautiful. This is modern art at its finest. Okay. Allows comments. That's probably not actually valid code, but I don't care. Not valid code, valid OBJ stuff. But I'm beyond caring. Open fun. Oh, actually, no, we can add a action and context. At least it's something. Support action. That should work. Fingers crossed. Because I don't know. I don't think that'll actually consume it. I think it'll just check it. I think it's a look ahead, essentially. Yes! It worked. It worked-ish, maybe. Fuck. Stack size. Maybe it worked, maybe it didn't. Who's to say? Me, preferably. Value stack size. 26, still. It's not working. Okay, so... line. The issue is none of those match. What's the sequence for? Likely because of the... because the static is animated, I'm pretty sure. From memory. At least. We've got 0 dropped frames on OBS. That's actually really nice. So the question comes down to... let's actually... we can put a breakpoint there because that'll be when that that doesn't trigger. What? Okay, something else is happening here. Oh, it's getting stripped out by the white space. It's getting... wait, maybe? No, that's optional inline white space. Hang on, so we have clear state line. Then 0 more sequence. We have optional inline white space followed by a comment. Then we have a new line. Then we have optional white space, which allows for tabs, new lines, so on and so forth. Strictly speaking, that actually shouldn't be required, because it should just be handled. Should just be handled. That's the key term. And of course, we all know nothing is ever that simple. If it was easy, I wouldn't... okay, that triggered. If it was easy, I wouldn't have to be the one to do it. Okay, so the result is that we matched it, yes. Oh, of course not. We're not that lucky. So why is this broken? I should be able to put sequence end of input. Look, Windows is weird. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm willing to boil it down at the end of the day to just Windows is doing things it shouldn't. So I guess the inline white space is breaking. So we are failing at the lines, 0 or more, sequence optional. So this is failing for us. Okay. At 882. Now it's optional. That's optional. That's interesting. Sequence optional. Almost a sequence of optional inline white space. Yeah. So none of those match. But the issue is, the new line won't match either. Why won't the new line match? Oh, because the new line has been consumed. Right. Okay, that needs to be inline white space. I don't know why this works for my regular parsing. But I think that's because we're not as strict, maybe. That's header. Oh, because we actually support just empty. Oh, that's right. OSL commands always work. You can write, I'm pretty sure you can write random text and it will actually match it. Feel free to check that. Don't quote me on it though. I should need to do that. But then, alright, here comes the kicker. This isn't gonna work. That's the kicker. That's the kicker. At the end of all of this, 0 values that get failed. Yeah. Okay. So the question is, why? Why is this failing? And unfortunately, there's no nice way to go. Actually, there is kind of a nice way. I can go true, and then sort of breakpoint, and go context current char is not equal to new line. Now that should actually get hit. Should, because we know that that's where our break comes in. Those are the rules that are failing. I think. There it is. Okay, so we are failing. We have a, like I said, 881, 881. Wait, what? We've managed to get... Oh no, okay. No, we've managed to get a completely different error this time. Okay. I need to actually read my error messages. 882 to 883. Somehow, VT is only taking 2 floats. To think that GMOs were going to be what we were originally be tackling, no, we're trying to get bloody OBJ parsing to work, because Noesis just doesn't... What? Speaking of Noesis, it broke my parsing again. Oh my god. Is it breaking the standard? It's not OBJs being a problem. At the moment The problem, no, so the problem isn't OBJ files. The problem is Noesis is exporting them in a way that I'm not expecting. Prove it. Where's VT? Okay, no, W is optional. Okay, but it is possible. So I'm actually just a bit of an idiot for not expecting that. First of sequence. Let me chuck that in. Yeah, that's the issue that we have. Noesis is the only tool that we have that is capable of opening OBJ files. Now, I believe, hang on, is it actually able to export as anything else? It's also able to export as things like, it can export as an STL, a Vox, yada yada yada. Oh, it can export as Collada. Okay, I actually have support for Collada files, but I don't want to imagine how out of date that is. Oh, okay. I might have a look at that later. Because I do support Collada, because exporting it's nice. But it's another dependency I have to include for this. Let's try that again. And then just... cross your fingers, and everything else. Oh! Matched false, still, okay. 1637. We'll get to the interesting part soon, I swear. 1637. Because it expected... Oh, what? I don't have support for VN. Okay, that's fine. I'll chuck it in there. I can't type, but it's okay. No one watches this stream for typing. No one watches this stream. Okay, so that should work. Fingers crossed. We're getting another thing. Current char 3363. Okay, so it's getting the end of file sequence. And yay! It worked. Look at that. 32 faces. Beautiful. Okay. Now we can actually get to rendering. So, because we're rendering a flat image at the moment, we'll work our way up. We'll work our way up to a more complicated image. But at the moment, we are working with a flat image. So we only need to render 2 dimensions. Nice and easy. We can launch a coroutine from the UI context. Do I need to define anything else for that? I think I might. Yep, I do. That's not the right UI that I wanted to import. Where is my Open Spiral Viewer code? Where I did most of my work with JavaFX. Okay. Okay, so first thing we're going to do 2 things. We're going to take... Oh, I can import as... Okay. So we're going to add 2 imports. And then we're going to launch coroutine. We need to enable support. We need to import our changes. So, we have our model. Now we can work from there. We have our faces. each, A, B, C. So we're just going to, what we're going to do is going to take the width of the model. So we'll use a third of the canvas space. Is max by x minus model UVs max by x. Oh no, that needs to be min by. Huh? Oh right, it needs to first and then first. That's our working space. So if we have a width of 2 and a canvas size of 4, this is probably not going to be great code, but that's okay. We don't. The important thing here is not our rendering as much. Actually, and canvas, we're taking up the entire height. That's fine. Now we'll transform by the same aspect ratio. How do you do aspect ratio again? I can't remember. We'll just leave it. Leave out transformations for now. So we want to do canvas. There's a graphics context, isn't there? We can draw an image. I'm trying to remember. I'm just going to keep open file viewer up here. I don't think I did direct graphics with that. I did drawing images, which was great. And not much else. So, gonna be a bit rusty. But we'll figure this out as we go. So, go val graphics is equal to canvas, graphics context, graphics. So we can fill a polygon, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to fill a polygon of x points, double array of, and then 3. And actually, let's map A, B, C. We're going to make another triple. So what we want is we want to get model vertices A, model vertices B, model vertices C. Then A, B, C, A dot first, B first, C first, 2 float on, or 2 double on, since they're floats by default. And then we need to copy that, switch it from first to second, only in that context. Because again, nope, okay. In selection, please. We're also gonna, graphics set isn't going to be... That's a... Again, sorry, I need to steal more code. One of these days, I'll write up like some basic boilerplate for Java effects and just use that, because it's much easier. At the moment, I've got to kind of like jump between projects, trying to remember where I've got code. Color effects. I want to use a random color. RGB. And the color is equal to 256 times 256 divided by model faces size. Index times per divided by 256 divided by 256 modulo 256. There we go. Okay. So that will set the fill for each of the faces. And oh, hang on. Need to and this width divided by 3. I need to add that to each of these. That way it'll be in the middle of the canvas, so it's not just all the way in the top corner. So let's run this, cross our fingers, hope for the best, and hopefully OBJ updates it correctly. Hopefully. Where is OBJ? Testing. Hey! That's not terrible, but it's also not good. But that's progress. Now, if we don't do that with the fill, if we change it so that, oh yeah, I can drop GMO testing, put it back up as it reloads. Huh, okay. It's being a little bit funky. GMOs are models, yeah. If they're not, someone's got some explaining to do. Why is that reading really weird? To be clear, we're reading out.obj. We're reading this file. But for whatever reason, it's reading really bizarrely. Let me just chuck a breakpoint in there and have a look at this. So, where's OBJ? Minus 50, 25, 50. Minus 25, minus 25. See, all this data seems to be good. It's not like any of this is bad data. Let's do a debug. Print line model. Because so here's the primary issue that we have had with GMO files is that the vertices and faces don't form any kind of congruent shape. It's a mess. Yeah, so look at that. If we double check this against... I know what it is. I know what the problem is. And that, kids, is why you do debug prints, because sometimes the problem is dead easy, but not easy to see. And there we go. Perfect. And if we chuck in our debug colors, we should see something that actually looks kind of nice, almost. There we go! Look at that. That's actually not too shabby, if I don't say so myself. That took about half an hour, I think. When did I start streaming? Okay, so a bit over half an hour. And that's okay, we did it. We got there eventually. I realize I'm not actually showing it. Hang on. I'm not smart. I keep forgetting I'm using a window by window display. Just to try and keep frame rates steady. So, it works. Somehow. Yeah, that's actually really good. Now, if I wanted to be a little bit better, what I could do is I could... Yeah, let's actually do that. Let's not initialize the canvas on starter. Let's do this, because it'll mean that we can theoretically mess with it a little bit more. Don't add anything, because canvas width is going to be equal to our width. Pull that out of there. We're going to break every rule in the book, but it's okay because it'll look kind of cool. Actually, we're gonna pull that code out and launch it in a coroutine still. Now, if I run that code... Oh, nice! So GMO testing isn't showing up now. Okay. Why isn't that working? Width is 0.9? Why am I doing UVs? This is what you guys are here for, to call me out of my stupid mistakes. Okay, vertices... Okay, so, now that the height isn't just the width, and now that I'm actually using the right objects, let's cross our fingers. I realize I need to actually do a debug print. Width is 100! Height is 0! Why is height 0? Max height. Model vertices. Should be 200 minus 0. No, it's not. Again, I'm a little bit of an idiot sometimes. I forgot how code in general works. And honestly, that's completely fair enough. I wouldn't want to remember how this code works anyway. Because A, it's my code, and B, it has to do with Danganronpa. Nothing out of that is going to be fun, and that's getting there. That is certainly getting there. I'll do that so it's a little bit more visible. The issue is now, it's trying to draw it in the middle. Why is it trying to draw it in the middle? Canvas width, height. I'm not doing any offsetting. Because it's got negative indices. Right. Offset is equal to not width offset, but offset. And I just made the same mistake twice. Okay. So here, what we're doing is we're basically saying we do need to add something. We need to add the offset so that we actually so that we are able to display the entire thing on screen, because that's what we want. What we want to do is display the entire thing on screen. So if we look at this now, ta-da! There we go. So this is the result of all of the fruits of my labor. Thank you for coming to the stream. I wish it was that easy. Alright, so we can render basic OBJ files. I'm gonna keep that colorful rendering because, and you're gonna see why. So that looks fine. That looks handy dandy. We're gonna create a model interface, model interface, and basically just chuck everything from GMO models into iModel. So now what we're going to do is we're making iModel, which is going to be an interface. And what this is saying is that we want to support a bunch of different models. So we don't care what type of model we're loading. This is going to be good because it means that I don't have to rewrite this code if I ever want to switch between a GMO file or an OBJ file. This will be really helpful in the long run. So, let's try it out. And we'll just boot it up again and make sure that it all works. I shouldn't do that. I don't like the... it's not quite working. But, as you can see, we're all good on that front. Now, I need to create a GMO wrapper class. This is going to take a GMO model, and it's going to add in the support for iModel stuff. It's the stuff that we just defined before. The vertices are just... Right, no, I need to, again, steal some of my old code. So, here's where things get a little bit complicated. Because... question comes down to, so let's start with a declaration. Alright. Noesis is code that was written by someone by the name of Richard Whitehouse way back when. GMO support, which was a very common format for PSP games. Now, Noesis is not open source. Jill and I have both tried to comb through Noesis at different times, but it's not particularly fun. I think I tried debugging it with Ida at one point. Not a fun time. So, could be out of luck there. But, just to demonstrate, when we use Spiral's code for taking a GMO and making an OBJ file out of it, this is the monstrosity that we get. And it might actually be tiny, so I may need to multiply it. Oh, no, it worked. This is what we get. I'm gonna leave that in the corner. Someone tell me if that gets to... It's small, it should be out of the way. So, unfortunately, Spiral... Can I actually... No, I'll leave it at that. So, unfortunately, Spiral can read most of the data from the GMO files, but we get an issue. The issue is, I don't actually know how to interpret this data. GMO files are weird, to say the least of it all. And they, as a result, are not fun to read. So GMO files converting gets this. Now, the issue is, this is actually not awful. If I pull it up in Noesis, it might be a little bit... They're fun, yeah. If I pull it up in Noesis, it might be a little bit easier. So, Noesis has a beautiful wireframe model viewer that allows you to actually see what's happening. Now, if we start off at the bottom, triangles are looking fine. We're all good, so the bottom row reads fine. And then this happens. For whatever reason, triangles just start going everywhere. Then we get a fine row, and then it's like, the data's, oh, actually, oh, that's a pattern, potentially. Okay, I'm gonna have to note that down. The issue is, there is some kind of very weird interaction with the way that GMO files store their data. They store their vertices or faces in a weird kind of combination. And apparently, apparently that can be read by Noesis. Good for Noesis. How does it do it? We don't know. Now, as a result, what that means is that we need to somehow figure out a way to read the files. Okay. Let's take a step back. Let's not try and read the OBJ file, right? Because that was obviously, I butchered the conversion. So let's try and instead read the OBJ file directly. Okay. Now, hang on, I've got to pull up my code. And let's all not try and scream at once. GMO. Okay, GMO's here. Fortunately, we don't have to worry about trying to convert this or anything. So, step 1. We need to read in the GMO model. Import, and we can replace that file path with models stand 0000.gmo. That is our GMO model. It's beautiful. Look at her go. Now, the next step is we need to import a bunch of different things. Just trust me that we need those. Now, we then need to work on model surfaces. Like, this gets fun and complicated very, very quickly, and I am going to put this in the GMO wrapper class. Maybe slash probably. Hang on, let me pull it up. If this is what I think it is, then yes. Yes, it is. I've seen this. I've based all of my work on it. The issue is, that is not the last update. I can guarantee you, with 100% certainty, that was not the last update to the page. Because he mentions there that there's edits, and there are comments on the forum about changes, specifically, and this is the worst part, specifically discoveries related to the vertice striping. Those were made late 2009. Unfortunately, Web Archive doesn't feature anything until 2012, when the when it had been archived. Or like the next time the Web Archive has a capture, the page has been archived. And honestly, that sucks, like, to put it lightly. Now... Okay. It's GMO wrapper. We need VT. Who knows? It's one of those things that unfortunately there hadn't been another archive done in time. I've sent an email to Rich at one point. I might send another one. Someone wants to also send him one. If we all bug him together, he can't ignore all of us. Well, he can, but we're not gonna focus on that. Vertices equal to array list of vertex. Val UV is equal to array list UV. Val face is equal to array list tri-face. Now, what we're going to do is, instead of... We're not going to print out to an OBJ file, obviously, because that's counterintuitive. We've got our own rendering code here that we worked so hard on. May as well use it. VTs was UVs, add that chunk and all. Yeah, there we go. So that is obsolete. Vertices and all the chunk vertices. For each mesh. So then we can do faces and all mesh faces. Then this dot vertices to vertices, this UVs to UVs, this faces to faces. So this will basically just allow us to load in that code. Now we are going to instead use our GMO wrapper with the GMO file. Now, let's see how badly this fails, because it's not going to work. Val cannot be okay. So, problem one is I forgot about that little issue. But there we go. We fixed it. I'll take my programming award now at some point. So, what abomination do we get? What we do get is we get a lot of debugging statements. So again, we get this little thing. I'm actually... I'm wondering if I can edit this in a way that it'll support live reloading, but I don't think I can. the best that we're gonna get is crossing our fingers and hoping for the best. Now, the other thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull all of the... I think I'm gonna pull all of the spiral formats code for GMO models. I'm gonna pull that out. Because the issue is, I think there might be things with the reading itself that presents an issue. Okay, so theoretically the normals are 2, the index is 0, weight 0, number of vertices. So apparently there are supposed to be 0 vertices, but obviously that's not true. We know that that's complete bullshit. Unless I'm doing that wrong. Which is also possible. Make Mars. 1920. Is this right? This looks right. But at the same time, I don't know. Let's chuck a debugs. Let's chuck a breakpoint on that. So this is the part where it goes from fun to less fun and very nerdy. And I apologize profusely. Python, where are you? So, okay, no, that's gotta be wrong. Unless we shift right 18 bits? So we cut off 18 bits, and then we want 18, 19, and 20. Why does it jump to 18? It's weird. But nevertheless, that's correct. Unless... No, that wouldn't be... That couldn't be the case. It couldn't be... Hang on. I am suddenly a lot less confident in something. I doubt it. I doubt it would be the case. But if we are getting endianness wrong, that would indicate a problem. You know, suddenly I'm not so sure. Oh, dear gods. Okay, we're gonna pull GMO model out of spiral formats and we're gonna edit it locally. Because, oh god. I think we may have actually just hit something. Okay, so let's take this beautiful hunk of code and slap it somewhere. Local GMO model. Local GMO model ruins everything. But we support her all the same in theory. Please help, she's holding us hostage. Let's make one very simple change. It's actually incredibly simple. It's one character. If this works, I'm gonna go find a hat and eat it. Like, you think I'm kidding, I'll live stream it. So, here was my theory. We may have actually been needing to read a big endian number, which is basically, that's the way that the number is represented internally. And fucking hell. Okay, we're getting 1004. No, that couldn't be right. That can't be right. Can't be right. On the one hand, 4 is a number. It's a nicer number. Hang on, let's pull up the PSP documentation for this. I think it's a PSP PDF. I've got this saved somewhere, I'm sure. I've just got to remember where. GMO models. So, here's the thing, those numbers tie into there's certain PSP values. And now I've got to find the thread. Okay. Yeah, so Jill, I'm looking at the forums now, and they made a number of breakthroughs. This is actually the worst part. They made a number of breakthroughs in April, a month after the archive took a snapshot. Yeah. Like, so archive.org takes a snapshot whenever it's asked, and occasionally it'll do an update. I don't know why he archived all of his pages. It's incredibly unfortunate, and I'll actually... Let me just do a double check he doesn't have it available. Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, I guess it's standard practice in some way to, like, archive old files, but the issue is it's painful. Does he have resources? I need your archived blog posts, Rich. Yeah, that's true. You're right, and I wish we didn't have to say it. Hang on, I'm just digging through his thing there. Yeah, I don't think it's here. File list. Damn it. Like, it really, honestly, is just it's a shame that we've potentially lost so much information because of that archiving. And I can't find anything about accessing the archive. If we all tweeted them at once. Post 53 has been archived. Well, give it to me anyway, please. Where do I access the archive? You say that there are 33 comments, and yet can't access them. This is what it's like to be so close. To be so close, and yet so far. Because I've come down this road so many times, just hoping that maybe one day this will produce better results. And it never does. It never does. But one day, maybe. One day. One day. So, where was I browsing this video? There was a section here about chunks. Working on the wiki. Yeah, I remember when the wiki was accessible. Me neither. Like, everyone here's got posts about much more complicated meshes all extracting properly. Ah, there it is. Yet another PSP documentation. It's prim. So, doesn't say anything about byte order. It's big Indian. You were meant to read it as a big Indian. I'm positive. Okay. Alright. Alright, this is fine. Now, the next question is... Okay, so reading through this, okay. love it when Google just isn't giving me anything. That's worrying. I need both. I need that as a literal, and I need GMO as a literal. Okay, so there was something in here. I remember there was something in the... There's something here about the way that you were meant to read it. Oh, not the way that you were meant to read it, but the fact that you were reading the normal format, position version, number 6. Yeah, PSP, number of verses. That's to test for conditional rendering. Sorry this isn't particularly interesting at the moment. Okay, there we go, found it. Found what we need. V-type. So, yeah, okay. So, normal format 1 would indicate it's an 8-bit fixed value, okay. So, first up is normal, then it's normal, index, position shift is 7, we read 7 and 8. Position format is 0. Yep. Number of vertices, 1 to 8 vertices. Normal format. So apparently there are normals and they're 8-bit fixed. 8-bit fixed normals. But weights are not present. Okay. Look at that later. That's interesting. It also means that we are potentially reading everything with the wrong endianness. That's incredibly... This is fine. This is fine. I had a guess. I honestly just wonder if I reverse... If I reverse all of these... It won't work. Like, I will give you all the foreknowledge ahead of time. It's not gonna work. But you never know. Just maybe. Just maybe God will pull through this one time and we will witness a miracle. God is dead and we killed him. What if... Okay. What if we use the unsorted birds? Maybe that's why. Cannot, okay. Whoopsie-daisy. We can reverse it and then we'll unreverse it. No one will ever know. Unsorted vertices. Cross fingers. Honestly, if it was this easy, I would have done it a while ago. But we did literally just discover that there was an endian issue, so, yeah, didn't think so. No one will ever know. You never know until you try, and in other news, that's a story about how Spiral crumbled to the ground because we try too many things. See, here's the thing, right? That's close. Like, that's close. You can see it. You can see that it's close, but it's not there. It's got it. It's confused, but he's got the spirit. You know, long shot, but while we're here, let's try that. Yeah, didn't think so. So, I inverted the endianness of the vertices because I thought, may as well, let's have a look at that. And no, that's not what you wanted to do. Model vertices, they're all 0. It's all 0. Everything's 0. Everything is 0. I don't know why everything's 0. It shouldn't all be 0. Like, you would expect it to be not 0, but you would also expect the model format to work. So honestly, like, at this point, all bets are off. Yeah, no, okay, so the floats are definitely little endian. We've got that on the table. But, knowing this, pilfer through. Is there anything else that I've been missing? Maybe the triangles are reversed. You know, maybe we live in a society. Who knows? We probably don't live in a society. Although, no, it wouldn't matter if the triangle order was reversed, because it's all still... that should all still work. And I know that that's definitely little endian, because if it wasn't, there are, like, it wouldn't actually be reading it. Right? Wait, why did that not... what? I didn't actually get to... my breakpoint didn't trigger. My breakpoint isn't triggering. What? What's prim type? Prim type is... hang on. 4. Wait, it's 4? Huh. We have rectangles. Okay. Color me rectangularly surprised. Okay. I thought we were dealing with triangles. Still doesn't make a difference. We're dealing with quads. Okay, so if we're dealing with quads, we've got a little bit of... yeah, convert to triangles. I'm just going to... let's copy this in. You know what, let's... delete that code. We don't need to see it. I need a scratch file. Just plain text. Give me... split horizontally. Nice. Nope, that's... okay. Can I... okay, I'm just going to copy that into the Sublime. Because I know what the keybind in Sublime is. It's too early in the morning to learn new keybinds. Okay, so close that. So we have our quad buffer. Now num IDX is equal to num IDX times 6. Now we get num IDX from where? IDX buff. Chunk. See, this is the only other issue I have, is he never explains how the structure works. Num IDX is equal to num IDX times 6, but where do we get num IDX from? What do they mean? What do the numbers mean? Num IDX, and that's not on that page. 0x. What opcode is this? 866. You've mentioned triangle strips, so I guess that means you've revised this chunk since your big blog post. I wish we could see the revision. Prim type. He stated that it's a full int in his spec. First 2 bytes of it is just responsible for dictating the index format. So prim type as 4. Just going to go with what he's got. We're just going to go with what he's got and hope for the best, honestly. Like, what's the worst that can happen? We make absolutely no progress? You are completely correct. So here's the thing. Num IDX. Apparently we read an int. Now, I think that's right, but apparently we read an int and times it by 6. Well, num IDX is equal to string read int 32 LE. Okay, it's substring. And then we also get num quad IDX is equal to subs. Yeah, so we get num IDX. Okay, val mesh num IDX is equal to num IDX times 6. Val num quad IDX is equal to num IDX times 4. Oh, it's index, probably. Apparently there's another step where we read IDX, right? Why does that happen here? We don't have a... We don't ever actually read another... We only read one int there. Just because I'm unsure about my own ability, I'm gonna quickly do another check. Where if we comment out IDX... Where did I get this code from? I'm actually not sure. Right. Prim type. Prim type. Maybe. Hang on. Num IDX and IDX stride. Okay. Wait, hang on. That should be reversed, shouldn't it? No, apparently it shouldn't be, but... honestly, who fucking knows at this point? Unknown, int, LE. Alright, okay. Alright, back into commented hell for you guys. Now let's do this. Okay. So num IDX. Face IDX. Okay, so basically this is adding faces. Num IDX. I'm just gonna... okay, no, we've got a bunch of faces. Source IDX. So we read, for each quad, we read the quad. For I in 0 until num quad IDX. Val A is equal to... so it's an int 16 LA. We add I plus 3, so D to C and B. Face just dot add A to B and C. Which I don't think I've... array index out of... oh, that's not good. That's not good. Where did I fuck up? Oh, I think I know where I fucked up. That's being read 40 times. That's not right. What have we done? Good question. Oh, because it's... yeah, that's being read I can't read English. I plus 4, so that's redundant. If this doesn't work, I have a simple-ish test. Well, that's all over the place. That's just insanity. I love it. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a val source ID x, which is gonna be an int array num quad idx, and we read a bunch of integers. You are absolutely correct. But the reason for this, the reason that that's originally there is because we can now do this. We're going to do step 4. I'm going to copy this code exactly as it is. So we need to do source idx I plus 3 to source idx I plus 2 and source idx. This probably won't make any difference, honestly. But let's narrow everything down. I plus 0, I plus 1, I plus 2. And you're complaining because I can't spell. This probably won't make any difference. Yeah, it's the same. Let's, if I take a gander and chuck in UVs, if I chuck in the sorted ones, and this is actually, this was a little bit of a test I did way back when, where I managed to figure out that there was some very bad sorting being applied. Yeah, it's modern art. No, I'm kidding. There's some very bad sorting that is done, which, if anyone dares look at that code up there, basically it kind of compares the UVs to sort them. Like, there's no reason to do that, but okay, not as reversed. So what's different between the old code and the new code? The old code looked cool. Yeah, Jill, I think I remember talking to you about it. Like, it's bad. Okay. Sorry about the rooster going off in the background. This is 0, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0. The thing, so the really complicated issue we've got is that there's some kind of ordering applied. For sure, there has to be. But I'm not understanding. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But God, at what cost? There's some ordering being applied. The issue is, I'm not sure what. Okay, for the sake of convenience, I'm gonna get Noesis. Okay, so that's paused there. Good. We're gonna open our actual GMO file. Noesis has a data viewer, which is very helpful because it means I can check the actual triangles it's got, and it just proceeds in order. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, yada yada yada. 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 10, 0, 11. That's one of the few things that stands out. So we have 0, 1, 3, 2, 5, 4, 7, 6. So far, so good. 4, 5, 6, 7. 9, 8, 10, 0. This is where things start to break apart. That's quad 1. That's quad 2. That's quad 3, which is where we're at. No, we're at... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we are at this quad, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5. This is what has led me to believe that I'm reading something wrong. Because this is pulling from the previous section, which doesn't make sense. I think I was able to reproduce interesting results by having it step up twice instead of 4 times. But that doesn't make sense. Why did I get a null pointer exception? Oh no, I remember where I got that code from reading about triangle strips. That was fun. If you ever want to kill your brain, it's a good way to do it. There's a lot of good ways to kill your brain, honestly, and anything related to spiral work, peak way to do it. Yeah, so that makes no sense. Okay, so let's join to string. Evaluating. I need another scratch file. What's the group? Close you. So this is the data that we have been told, hey, this is where you need to pull from. Now, what our documentation says is that we need to read in sequences of 4. So we would read these 4, then these 4, then these 4, then these 4, so on and so forth throughout the file. Now that would seem to hold up, but there's a catch. Noesis doesn't respect that. Noesis, the first triangle in Noesis is indexed, so if I label these, the original code for this says we do 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. 3, 2, 1, then 0, 1, 2. Now, what that would look like is 2, 3, 1, 0, 1, 3. Right? Those vertices. Now, let me pull up Noesis. I'm gonna just pull over to Noesis for a second. Right? Now, the green dot represents the vertice that I've selected. So basically, the first triangle would be 2, 3, 1. So it would be that bottom triangle. Then it would be 0, 2, 3. Now, do you see the problem there? 0, 2, 3 overlaps with 3, with 2, 3, 1. There's that sector. I don't think my cursor gets trapped. Let me change it. I think it's a global setting. Oh well. So the triangle I've got highlighted now, 3, 2, 1, that matches. That matches our first triangle. But 0, 1, 2 does not match the default triangle. Now, using a technique known as triangle striping, you're able to lay out triangles in just a strip. Now, that's what that code up there is. Now, what that's saying is that we would have 1, 0, 3, then 2, 3, 0. So, 1, 0, 3, 2, 3, 0. That's saying that we would use this. Now, looking at that again, that would be 1, 0, 2, and then 3, 2, 0. One, 0, 2. 1, 0, 2. That's correct. 3, 2. Okay, 3, 2, 0 is not correct. Because again, as we went over, 1, 0, 2, 3, 2. Should be 3, 2, 1. Let's try that, actually. Let's just quickly... What aside? Oh wait, no, that's the right code. Since I'm lamenting off how it should be, let's actually try that. And null pointer exception, index out of bounds. Because that needs to be 32 instead. 32 may seem like a random magic number. It kind of is. It's the number of triangles that you can make with 40 vertices. And we get absolute chaos. Shocking. Chaos with this hell of existence? Funny. Oh, I wouldn't have expected that. Let's have a quick look at what our triangles are doing. We're getting... These are our triangles. We're getting 1, 0, 2, and 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1 matches up. 0, 1, 2 also matches up. Nice. So our first two triangles are correct. 2, 3, 4 matches up. 5... Oh, okay. So now we've got our first issue. Instead of 5, 4, 3, we're getting 5, 4, 2. Okay. Now 4, 5, 6 matches up, but 7, 6, 4 doesn't. Huh. If we use 0 instead... And this is obviously... We're assuming that the vertices are in the correct order. I will actually have to verify that in a second. That's probably the first thing that we should get out of the way. But like the faces has been something that's been bugging me consistently because Noesis is reading the faces and the vertices in odd orders, and I'm not sure why. It could be ordering them, maybe. So we get 1, 0, 2. 0, 1, 2. Yeah. 3, 2, 0. That's a fail. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3. Perfect. 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5. Also perfect. 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7. Okay, so we're so far so good. 9, 8, 7 was that one. Then we get 10, 0, 11, and we're completely off. Our main one is 8, 9, 7. That's nowhere close. The question is, if we look at how it got it, we've been pulling from these ones, those ones, then 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 those ones. Then we have 7, 6, 9, 8 as our triangle, and unfortunately, that's where it starts to break down. So, faces are not actually being consistent. That's brilliant. So let's pause that. Let's undo the work that we did, and let's restore it to its rightful mistake. And let's switch tasks for a moment. Let's go and deal with vertices. So, vertices, good fun. Now... Wait, hang on. Hang on. I need that dumped. I need that dumped. That's... I'm just trying to... Oh, that won't work. That won't work. Ah! There's so much stuff on my screen. Okay, I just need... Alright, so, these are our vertices. Look at them, enjoy. Now, let's check them with Noesis. Minus 50, 50, 0. So far, so good. Minus 50, 0, 0. Also good. Minus 25. Oh, that's asking for positive 50. Which we have the next one over. This is where the very complicated bit of trying to sort matched up. So can I dump? Actually, oh no, I have that dumped. So these are the vertices from Noesis. Our collective order. Let's put it horizontal. Let's do that. So, the first one is index 0. Then index... I'll tab indent. Hopefully no one screams at me. That is index 3. Then index 2. 0, 0 is index 5. 0, 50 is index 4. 25. 0, 0 is index... Hang on. I'm just gonna... Oh wait, I should... Hang on, I'm gonna remove Noesis so you can actually see what I'm doing. Sorry about that. Okay. This is what I get for hacking everything together when I never stream. Maybe I'll stream more often, maybe. Who knows? We will see. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind streaming more, honestly. It's mainly just finding something to, like, do on stream. Tackling more of the obscure formats might be interesting. But I don't know if, Twitch will let me live stream me bashing my head through a wall, so we probably can't do something like the SFL formats. So 2500 is index 7. 2550 is index is index 6. 50 has been index 9. And 5050 has been index 8. Minus 50, 100 has been index 10. And a nice refreshing twist. Minus 25, 100 is index 11. So far, we're in order. And then 12. And then you start wondering, when is it going to break? And then 13 comes along, and 13's in order. And 14's in order. And this is when the paranoia starts to set in. Because you're like, this is working. This is in order. And it keeps going, and then 17, and hang on, wait a minute. Why is this working? Why are these in order? I'm dropping the false pretense of the meme. Yeah, there it is. Now it's busted. I told you all. I told you it wasn't in order. Did you believe me? I don't know, I can't read your minds. For good reason. Okay, so I think that's right. Yeah, 23, 24. Welcome to the bizarre ordering of this. So if we were to translate our reads, we would get 0, 1, 3, 2, 5, 4, 7, 6, 9, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 20, 22, 23, 24. That makes no sense, I think. If someone finds a pattern in that, feel free... Oh, that's helpful, actually. Like... I don't know. Am I crazy for not being able to see a pattern in that? It looks like it's just random. It's not even... They're in groups of 5, first of all. Not 4. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm an idiot. What should be actually in groups of 4? It makes sense. 0, 1, 3, 2, 5 is a very odd ordering to do. And then it doesn't even hold up. So you've honestly got to start wondering what on earth is going on. And you know, I get that. I get that. I shouldn't have clicked reload. Oh well. Sorted verts. This is where things get fun. Because again, what more? Those aren't vertices. Oh no, okay, it's fine. I was very confused for a second before I remembered the way that this code has to work. So, if we chuck this in, right, 50, 50, we then, it isn't actually changing it. Oh no, it is changing it. So we switch those around. We show it who's boss. And again, let's split horizontally. Let's have a look at this. Minus 50, 50 is 0. Minus 50, 0 is 1. Minus 25, 50 is 2. Minus 25, 0 is 3. So far, so good. Will it hold up? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19... Ah, breaks apart at 20. We're having such a good run. 21. 20. 22. 23. 24. It was going so well. It was going so well. And what index is that? That's index 20. I'm actually, let's have a look at index 20. Right? 20 and 21 are okay, they're way too different. It's not a case of being too, it's not a, like, it's an intentional difference. U1 compared to U2. Hang on. If U1 compared to U2 equals 0. That code isn't actually sorting it. That's okay. I'm not terribly smart, but we're gonna look past that and hope for the best. At 20 we have minus 50. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, let's try this again. Because I think I might have actually been a bit of an idiot, and that's why. I think that's why it might not have been working. Or why it might have broken. So, okay, hang on. No, there are a couple of issues. There are a couple of distinct differences. So look at that. On the one hand, that switches around. Let's bring it more in line with our... So now that we're doing that, it's not working as neatly as before. 0 would mean that they're equal. We only want to sort in groups of 4. Okay, so the issue is that's ascending order. Alternatively, no, but then that's the descending. This is the problem. There's gotta be a pattern here, but I don't see it. I started seeing it with UVs. I was looking at UVs and noticed that there was a little bit of a pattern, but it was... Where's UVs? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Okay, so I'm gonna chuck the UVs in here. We will crowdfund an explanation to this. That's the opposite of what I wanted. So if we assume that we're working in groups of 4, because that's what seemed to hold up so far, these would seem to be sorted from smallest... They're sorted ascending for UVs. First of all by the X, and then the Y. Pretty much, honestly. But see, here's the thing. Here's where it starts to break down. At first, it seems to be ascending. Right, we've got 0.00 and then 0.25. But here we go from 0.99 to 0.00. Makes no sense. The normals are all 0, so there's no explanation of that. The other explanation is it could be sorting normals based on the vertex, but the issue is I don't see a pattern here. Because again, it seems to at first, and ironically enough, it's the same block that breaks. It seems to go from ascending to descending for no reason whatsoever. And then switch back to ascending, and then invert itself in that block. Why does it just throw minus 50 in there? Yeah, look at that! 0, 25, 50, minus 50! It just doesn't make sense. And it does it here. It does it here too. 50, 75, 99, 0.00. What data is being missed here? So, 0, that's 4, 8, so 4, 8, 12. 15. Just actually minus 1, 27, 63. Yeah, it's always 2763, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that data's identical. So it's not it's not that extra data. There's some other property. There's some other property that's being read here. There's something that's influencing it. But I can't see it. Am I blind? Quite possibly. The issue is, I don't really think that there's enough to be able to just throw things at a wall and see what sticks. Because you need a basis to even be able to do that, and I don't have one for this. This is the hellhole that I've been living in for God knows how long. Hang on. Hang on. It might not be... Hang on, look at this. Look at this. It's ascending. It's ascending and then it ticks over. It breaks there. And then it breaks there. And then it breaks there. And then it rolls over. These are blocks of varying size, but it ticks over at some point. There's something that determines when it ticks over. If we look at the vertices, we may see a similar thing. 25, and then there, it breaks. And then there, it breaks. And then there. Those blocks look identical. Good. Okay, so, what defines those blocks? Those are both sections of 5. Interesting. Those are also... Hang on, maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe it's blocks of 5, not 4. Maybe it's blocks of 5, not 4. And then it's just in order of... Okay, but then how does that order get determined? It's weird because it's okay, so it's ascending UVs, but descending right. Okay. Let's give that a shot. I'm cautiously optimistic. Chunks of 5, not 4. And we can keep the same comparison code. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so we're going to take a dump of UVs. Evaluate expression, UVs, join to string, separated by a new line. Wait, no, I don't want the UVs, I want the vertices. What am I doing? Join to string. I said UVs too many times, so I was like, that's what we're dealing with today. Today we are dealing with UVs. Alright, kindergarten. I would be a kindergarten teacher. No, I couldn't. Yeah, because this is the debugger of IntelliJ. Because I'm reading that data into a list, I can then, because we're paused, I can tell IntelliJ to evaluate an expression and just dump whatever data I want. It's brilliant. Look into debugging for whatever programming language you're doing, kids. It makes life so much easier. Yeah, it's really useful. Okay, so... And look at that. Ooh, okay, chair broke. Look at that. The vertices are ordered. Perfect. Not sure about Visual Studio. I, in theory, have to use Visual Studio, but let's not talk about that. The vertices are ordered. Okay, so that's that's that challenge dealt with. And let's see, does that magically fix all our problems? Not quite. Oh well, better luck next time. But that's okay. So we've made progress. Vertices are sorted in chunks of 5 by ascending x and descending y. And I don't know or care about the z coordinate yet. We'll deal with that in time. That's great. That's great. So vertices are done. That's yeah. Okay. Alright, so that's one thing done. Okay. So now we know for sure that our vertices are quote-unquote correct. That the vertices list... I wasn't actually expecting to get it done. Like, it's progress. It's small, minute progress. But it's something that works. That's incredible. It's not some hack. It kinda makes sense. It's yucky, it's ugly, it's awful, but it works. And that's nice. Faces. Okay. So now we have to figure out how to coordinate our list of faces. Yeah, okay. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. For faces, we're going to do a similar dump real quick. I'm going to take a dump of that, and I'm going to grab this and haphazardly import it. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. These are the triangles that we need. Those are the triangles we need to make from this data. Maybe I should, if I ever get completely stumped, maybe I should just do a code golf and be like, make a challenge for the internet. You've got to somehow get this data from this. You can't hard code it though, you've got to figure it out. And that's the day that I get banned. So we need to create, and those are all offset. Of course they are. That's okay. Solution for that, watch this. Watch this life hack. Brilliant. Yep, okay, it needs an actual string. There we go. Now, that'll be all indexed off by 1, which is what we need. So, 1, 2, 4, 3 would seem to require, right off the bat, we can tell 1, 2, 4, 3. So we need 1, 2, 3 would be 0, 1, 3. And then next, 4 would be 2, 3, 1. Seems to hold up so far. Next triangle, 6, 5, 8, 7. Completely, it falls apart. Because we don't have it, we need a 3. So how do we get the 3? Well, this is where triangle striping comes into the picture. 4, 3, 6, 5 are our numbers. But, once again, this is where some data starts to fall apart. No, it doesn't. Hang on. I'm doing this wrong. It should be 1, 2, 4. Maybe. Wait, hang on. It should be 1, 2, 4, then 2, 4, 3, then 4, 3, 6. Is what it should maybe be. No, it wouldn't sort. It wouldn't sort that. That'd be crazy. Unless it sorts them in groups of 4. Unless it sorts it in groups of 4. If this is right, I might actually cry. Not out of sentimental reasons, just because it's awful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 9, 10, 11. So we still need to do striping. But we now get 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2 is 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Which is pretty basic, honestly. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for our first ones. Then 3, 4, 5, 6 would get us 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6. 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6. 7, 8. Wait, hang on. Why is... okay, so here's where it falls apart. And here is where I say once again... I need to do it again. To list... I know, like... So... It may look like I'm basically approaching the problem with a hammer. And you're absolutely right. At the moment, I'm just trying to figure out a solution that will produce the results that we want. That's step 1. If I can produce results that meet our criteria, then we step back and look at why do they meet that criteria. Well, we obviously know why, but like, why does that system work? 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna actually split vertically. Let's close that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. Bing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. 3, 4, 5. 6, 5, 4. 5, 6, 7. 8, 7, 6. Speaking of, 7, 8, 9. 10, 9, 8. And then it falls apart. Then it falls apart big time. Because those numbers aren't present. We don't have a 3. And this is the part where I've fallen apart every time, because I don't understand how this code is meant to work. Because look at this. Our numbers would be 9, 10, 11, 1, and 11. Regardless of how you sort that, it can't meet that. We can't be using striping. That requires 5 numbers. 1, 3... No, it doesn't. I'm just an idiot. But the question is, how do we get... We have a 12. Where do we have a 12 in this list? We have 2 12s. And neither... Fucking models. What's a mood? Neither 12 is in a position. Like, let's stop sorting. Join to string. Let's stop sorting, just so that I can demonstrate the issue. We have a 12 here. There's no 3 around it. We have a 12 there. There's no 3 around that. We have 1 3, and it's at the beginning. Why? How does that correlate? This works, except there's a 4 there. Now, would this make sense if our ordering was different? Maybe. Maybe it would properly work if our ordering was different. But But at this time, I don't think it's... Yeah. So we've made a bit of progress. We have managed to sort vertices, quote-unquote, correctly according to Noesis. But I don't know how it's doing faces. It actually blows my mind. Let's just take this dump so I can compare it to Noesis itself. 9, 8, 10, 0. That was the one that was being a problem. Yeah, there's no 2 around there. Noesis says that it uses 2, but there's no 2. Zero, 11. It works, it's just... I mean, that's pretty much all we're doing. We're doing big lists of numbers and trying to figure out patterns. And it's hell. Okay, so that's cool programming. Okay, we've got vertice 3 instead of 2, and that's where it becomes an issue. because I should, let me pull up Noesis. So the difference that we have at the moment is Noesis is saying let's use vertice 2. That's this one, the one at the top. What we're reading, however, says use vertice 3, which is at the bottom. So unless hang on. Drop Noesis. Unless I've missed something plainly obvious this entire time, which is Noesis is doing sorting, but it's also mapping. Unless, oh, okay, vertices are read first. Verts. We switch those around. That's why. Okay. Oh, wow, okay. So that would be why Noesis is... That's why we're constantly getting conflicting data. Because, on the one hand, yes, I don't understand how Noesis is doing its sorting, because it's applying it to both. Noesis is it's not reading the data in a different way. It's reading the data and then sorting both lists. But it sorts them together. Okay. So we've still got that mess of a thing. But maybe we're actually a step closer than we thought. Maybe we're actually a step closer. So let's for a second, I need a debug statement there. So now that we know that Noesis maps. Hang on, sorry. Let me think about how do I say this. Actually, even better. Let's go one better. Let's do something. Yeah, chancy. So let's put a breakpoint there. I'm going to print out a list of mappings. Unsorted UVs for each. No, unsorted vertices for each indexed. And we want the index because that's our absolute mapping. Now, let's do a map indexed. So we want to map sorry, let me catch my words. So what we're going to try to do here is we're going to try to compile a list of where our original vertices are sorted to. So what we want to do is index to vertices index of triple. I'm gonna... Okay, process cancelled. Okay, let's ignore that big error that's scary and in the way. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. And there we go. So we have 0 to 1, 0 to 0, 1 to 1, 2 to 3, 3 to 2. This is important. Now then, what we're going to do is we're going to do these... we're going to do the same thing. But this time, we're going to add 1. No, not padding. I don't care about padding. Unsorted, instead of vertices, map indexed, index triple, index plus 1, vertices index of triple plus 1, not index. Join to string, separate with new line. Chuck that in Sublime for Storm. So this is going to be our reference map. When we are going back through, the faces, we're going to use that as a reference to figure out where we're actually meant to be. Because again, Noesis is sorting the faces and their indexes into a different position based on the vertice that it is meant to map to. Because we don't want to be sorting the vertice. And we're not changing the list. So, okay. Let's actually... I'm going to write a little bit of complicated code for a second. Let's do a map. When I plus 1, can you... Oh, you can't see the map. That's sad. Whenever I do... Okay, so whenever I do an evaluate, you guys can't see the window that pops up. Good. 4 to 3, 5 to 5, 6 to 6, 7 to 8, 8 to 7, 9 to 10, 10 to 9, 10 to 9, 11 to 11, 12 to 12, 13 to 13. 10-point SRD loading. SRD loading is not that bad from memory. Like, honestly, nothing V3 has is close to infuriating as these files have been. That's my secret to you, and I can't read. 23. V3 has done some fun stuff, but nothing it has done has honestly been nearly as bad as these files have been. I'm chucking that in Sublime because that was a lot of writing. Join to string. Actually, no, then we don't want -1. Okay, so we have a new list. This is our new list of things. So, using our magical knowledge, we're going to try and apply the striping. So, 0, 1, 2 gets us 1, 2, 3. That's good. Matches up. Then, 3, 2, 1 gives us 4, 3, 2, which matches up. Perfect. Our first set of triangles is correct. 0, 1, 2 gives us 3, 4, 6, which doesn't match up. Which part of SRD files? There were a couple of different bits involved in them. Like the actual SRD archive. I don't think I've updated the wiki for the core formats in a while. I will certainly... I can definitely make an effort to do that. Okay, so we may need to do sorting. That's good fun, because why would you sort this? That's the weird thing to me. Like, on top of everything else. No, not sorted. We need chunked in 4 and sorted of so flat map list sorted. Chucking that back in. Why are we getting a 0? Oh, no, that's right. We don't want it. Alright, so, let's go back through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. Perfect. Matches exactly. 3, 4, 5. Yes. 6, 5, 4. Perfect. That's the wrong place. 5, 6, 7. Yep. 8, 7, 6. Brilliant. 7, 8... No. We're close. We're getting there. So, maybe it's chunked in 2. And honestly, like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna implement this code, and it's gonna work great up until I try to do anything more complicated than these stands. 1, 2, 3, good. 4, 3, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6. 7, 8, 9. Good. 10, 9, 8. Okay, so at its core, the SRD files are archives of commands, essentially. I'll try and update the documentation with what I've got, probably tomorrow. But basically, there's lots of different components to them. Honestly, they're incredibly complicated. I hate them. They make sense, though. It's interesting. Once you understand how SRD files work, the rest of the pieces start to fall in. The SRDV file is the actual texture. The SRDI file is the model. And beyond our little, oh, we figured it out, those files are actually referenced in the SRD document. No, not documentation, but the actual commands. So we've got 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 10, 9, 8. And this is where it starts to fall apart again. 9 isn't referenced. But that's a mood. But look here. On the one hand, I don't understand how the rest of it works. We'll figure that out in a second. But 1, 11, 3, 12 matches up with that block. And then doesn't match the next. Why? We make 1 step forward and 17 steps back. 5 and 6 switch around? Really? Oh. Let's try another process. What if it's not... So on the one hand, we've made some progress. We've made some really good, solid progress, and I'm happy with that. But But faces, the face ordering is still, nothing's making sense. It can't be blocks of 4. It can't be blocks of 4, because then, unless we're adding like 4 faces at a time, that doesn't make sense. It can't be striping, because then you have sections where it completely breaks away. Unless it's... No, that still wouldn't work. Unless it's stripes in blocks of 4. But that'd be weird. Hang on, wait a minute. That's what the stride is. Ah. Maybe. Num IDX is 10 in this case. Now at 10, we switch over. We actually start again. Maybe we add faces using striping during these 10. That'd get us 2, 4, 6, 8. And get us 8. That actually might be it. Okay. So... let's drop the sorting. Let's drop this... okay. They're not commands, but they're entries. That's not actually. Hang on. Oh no, that's right. It's an SRD entry. So an SRD entry has a data type which determines the base kind of stuff that it has. All of them have an RSI entry. It's again, it's a mess of a format. Spike resource descriptor actually might be closer than we think. Honestly. Okay, so evaluate expression. I don't want to sort. I just want the dump. Every time that, like, I get really despairing about it, we always make a breakthrough. Maybe I should be depressed about this more often. Maybe we'd make more breakthroughs then. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 3, 2. 3, 4. Who knows, honestly? So without sorting, everything starts falling apart. But I don't care. I'm optimistic. 6 5s. Yep, so it needs to be sorted in some way. That much is becoming painfully obvious to me. Oop, and we froze. Okay. But focusing less on the sorting, and 6 5 7 8. 6 5 7 8. The gang's all there. 7 8 9 10. Yep. We then move on to this, which matches up. We would then have 12, 3, 13, 6. Which is close enough, honestly. 13... 7, 14, 5, 13, 5, 14. That's where it was. 13. Yep, so that was the previous one. So we've gone 9, 15, 7. 15, 7, 14. 16. And that's 10. That's 10. Right. This theory is actually holding a lot of water. So, why not test it? Because I have a survival instinct. Okay, so we need to, in groups of 10. So 4. IDX stride. Oh, actually, hang on. Maybe let me double check this. I keep going, ooh, maybe I proved Rich wrong before remembering there are 9 years of difference between the documentation I'm reading and current day Noesis. Chances are I'm not proving anyone wrong. IDX stride is 4. Yep. I'll see how long I'm streaming for, but yeah, I'll get around to that soon, hopefully. So IDX stride, IDX is 10. I think those values are reversed. Look at me. Okay, so let's stop calling that num blocks. So we need to shut up. For I in 0 until num blocks. So there are 4 blocks. Honestly, it's not. I mean, we base some of our work on Project Zetsuborou, which is, what, 6 to 8 years? Like, old documentation isn't a problem when you're dealing with stagnated formats. It's not like the GMO format has changed in at least the last 6 years. Considering the files are on the Vita version, they haven't changed since at least 2014, and I don't think they would have changed since the PSP version. So they probably haven't changed since 2010. Honestly. So num blocks, we read val source stride is equal to int array of stride, which is equal to substring read int 16 LE, and I'm just going to copy paste my sorting code. I don't have it! Okay, that's good. That's probably a good thing. It's God's way of having mercy on me. Chunk. Oh, right, I need to do to list, chunked to, flat map, list, Sorted. Okay, so then we need to figure out. So we have 10. We get 8 from it. So we need to. There's complicated maths for this. Triangle strip. It's something. There's some multiplication you do. I'm trying to remember what it was. You get a number equal to n plus 2. Oh, so it would be n minus 2. And this number of triangles being drawn. So we have I in 0 until stride minus 2. It's dead easy. And we need j, not I, because I'm an idiot. So we need to pull faces dot add source stride I plus 0. 1, 2. Not that, it's 2. And so it's 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2. Alright, that code is awful. Let's cross our fingers. Honestly, it's not the worst code I've written. And it's not the last time I'm gonna say that. Let's double check that I'm right. Stride is 10, and we have 10 blocks. And we've got 4 blocks. Oh, I know what I'm missing as well. I need to increase the step by 2. That's not bad! Honestly, that's not bad. This is progress? In some weird sense of the word? It's still broken. It's still very much broken. But 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Oh, hang on. Why? That's... Oh! I blame you all for not calling me out on my stupid mistakes. It's not anyone's responsibility but my own. I was using the wrong counter. This is the issue when you use simple loop counters, is that you forget. Because, you know, sometimes people aren't smart. Case in point, me. 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3... Oh my god! Oh my god. That's... That's nearly perfect. Holy fuck. That's nearly perfect. Just that one fucking triangle, or technically 2. Holy shit. That's... Oh my god. So that's actually right at the beginning. Yeah, we're nearly there. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3. Why is the one at the beginning being weird? Actually, home stretch, come on. Local GM model ruins everything, but then pulls through. Holy shit. Alright, come on. Come on. That's... oh, wow. This is... maybe I should stream more often. Right, okay, so it's... remember the issue I was talking about before. So the issue is that we are drawing triangles to the wrong side. So look at that. That second triangle is not where it needs. It's not where it needs to be. Bad triangle. Get back to your corner. So that should be an easy fix. Should be. Probably isn't. 0, 1, 2. So let's pull up Noesis. Again. The tool of the devil. To 0, 1, 2. Which makes sense, that's what it's doing. But then it's going 3, 2, 1. No, cut. It's going 0, 1, 3, maybe? Hang on. Allegedly, it's going 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. It's also inverted. Come to think of it, that's actually an odd thing. But, you know, I don't judge much. A, B, C. Yeah, Noesis draws it at the bottom. We're drawing it at the top. Oh no, I guess that makes sense. But that wouldn't be why. So, we're getting minus 50. So 0 is that. B is minus 50. And yeah, it's treating that one. Which of course, that's fine, but because those are... let's try using the sort real quick. Let's try using the sorted vertices. This is unlikely to work. If it looks like we've gone backwards with this, it's because I'm kind of expecting it. So, no one panic when this almost certainly breaks. But if it doesn't break, if it works, feel free to praise me. As a mistake, and mainly stubborn more than anything else. Oh, this is not virtuous programming. This is not good programming. This is the work of some... yeah, I was gonna say, hang on. It's kind of cool watching it just work, though. And then break. Oh, I've still got noises up, don't I? There you go. I keep forgetting, it's my bad. It's always weird when OBS actually decides to stop showing my thing. Let's speed it up. 500 milliseconds. So this will go 4 times as fast as it did originally, and it'll look cool in theory. Okay, Ty, thank you for your opinion. Let's actually, because I'm curious to see how far I can push my luck. Let's try loading a different model. Yeah. Let's try loading something a little bit more complicated. This is where I push my luck, and this is where I go to die. That's a GMO model, right? Yes, it is. That's Hope's Peak Academy from memory. I'm gonna go you one better. Is Noesis? Yeah, okay, Noesis loads it. So, this is what Noesis says the file looks like. Let's see what Spiral thinks of it. Okay. This is gonna break so bad. Oh, wow. Wow. Monochrome Rock might have actually loaded. Oh! Yeah, yeah, program just screamed at me. Oh, okay, so... Small steps, small steps. Jill, can you remember which file Monokuma Rocks is? Monokuma Rocks, Monokuma Rock. It's one of them, I know that much. Let's reduce that in size slightly. The issue is I made that window way too big, and then... Look at that! Look at Hope's Peak Academy, everyone. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't humanity beautiful? Okay. Model backgrounds. 145? Alright. Let's check Noesis. Pretty much, honestly. It tried its best, but it couldn't handle it. Alright, no, it does seem to be 145. Let me actually grab the right, the right model. Oh, dear lord. I forgot that this has animations. So, this is what we're gonna try and load. Never mind the choppy animation. Let's see how Spiral handles it. Let's see just how awfully this does. Okay, so little bit of screaming. Little bit of screaming. And interesting results. So well, it's a work in progress, I feel. But that's okay. That's okay. Let's again. Behold. Are there any non-map models that are not simple? I'm trying to remember. I don't think there are. I think everything in... Actually, hang this in a museum. Absolutely. Let's... You know, let's try a DR2 stand. So remember, Danganronpa 2's stands are by default squished a little bit. They're designed to... I actually don't know why. Look at that. Look at that beautiful animation. Look at it. It's perfect. Apart from the triangle. Like, apart from that one itty bitty big problem. You know. Okay, so the reason that triangle's there is because for whatever reason, Spiral is picking up, or we're picking up the two vertices are in different positions. Pretty much, it's a cursed triangle. We are detecting that instead of forming a nice little, you know, environment, instead of forming a nice rectangle, we're using the wrong vertices. Now, why is that the case? Who knows? Who knows, honestly? Knows. But, while I might not know, I can find out. Yeah, maybe. If we're lucky. I'm honestly surprised this code is working as well as it is. Like, it broke when I threw anything more than a basic rectangle at it. But it's working for the basic rectangle. Okay, so... our stride. We have 0, 1, 2, 3. Now... I'm curious... Well, sorted stride. Let's actually do that. So once again, I'm expecting this to break, but just because, you know, I want to see how it goes. Oh! I make everything more complicated than it should be. Ta-da! Wow. Holy shit. That's all I've got to say, honestly. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's throw the more complicated things back at it. Come on. Okay. And it's screaming. And big mood. but honestly, okay. So let's figure out why it's screaming. Why? Oh no. Okay. Source stride. Why? Why are you throwing an array index out of bounds exception? That's not what you're meant to be doing. Catch AIOOB. Array index out of bounds exception. Look at that beautiful piece of art. Possibly? I'm not sure. It could be bones. It could be a lot of things like lie down. The issue is, obviously, we don't have a ton of, and just to check, Noesis doesn't allow you to export as a GMO file, right? No, it doesn't. That'd make things easy. Although, Ziella does have those files. Yeah, Ziella, I believe, has a converter. Might have to look at generating some basic stuff with that. Okay, so we've got an array index out of bound exception. Basically, J is 14, stride is 17. Okay, so once again, we are now in a place that I was not warned about. Numblocks is... Wait, hang on, no. No, numblocks is normally meant to be 4. So that's the first thing. Numblocks is not 4. Second of all, stride is 17. Which should mean that there are 15... things. And that should still work. Unless it doesn't. Why doesn't it work? Until stride -2, step 2. Hang on, I think I've butchered my code. Okay, so the thing is, is that saying we have 14? No, that we have 17. If we load up our scratch page, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, let me just dump this. Oh god, those are big numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we create an issue. Oh, that's me being an idiot. That's fine. There's actually a very easy solution to the array index out of bounds exception. Don't be an idiot. -2, and we reverse it each time. First it's 0, 1, 2, then it's 2, 1, 0. Absolutely. There we go. Sorry. I mean, I'm just coding, so it's nothing particularly interesting, but if I divide by 2 equals 0, do that, else do that, but in reverse. Thank you for calling me out on it. Okay. Let's see if that throws any more errors. It shouldn't, if I implemented my code correctly. Hey! No errors. Also no output, but Oh god. Oh, I minimized it and it just disappeared. Oh, okay. Okay. Guess that's how it's gonna be. I think we've actually got it, though. Like, I don't want to be too optimistic, but I think we've got it. I'm looking at that, and I'm still in awe. It worked. It actually worked. Oh my god. Wow. I don't know what to say. Alright, let's load up Hope's Peak Academy. And it'll probably just break again. Stream offline. What? It's beautiful. I don't know. What are you talking about? It's worth keeping in mind that... Cancel that. Camera controls went. No, I don't feel like dying that badly. Val out is equal to stream models hpa.obj. This is the next test. Can we output properly? Now... I don't know why my stream status went from offline to back online, but honestly, big mood. Okay, so we need model dot vertices dot for each x, y, z out print line v x, y, z. Model faces for each a, b, c out print line face. Okay. So, cross your fingers, everyone. Look at that beauty. On the flip side, Hope's Peak didn't get as botched as expected. It's, like, pretty botched, but... You know, this is progress. Like, it's not quite progress enough for me to be completely satisfied, but I'm happy. I'm actually really happy with what we've gotten done. How long have I been streaming for? Oh, nearly 4 hours, wow. Alright. I'm probably going to wrap it up here. I think this is a beautiful moment to end on. Actually, let me remove the delay entirely and see what the end result is. We've made a ton of progress, honestly. Look at it, it's beautiful. So, what have we managed to do today? We've managed to figure out how Noesis was originally sorting its vertices. We figured out why it's sorting those vertices, kind of. And most importantly, we figured out how the striding works for faces. And how that incorporates. And that was the main issue. And we did it. We've done it. I was not expecting to come out of this stream so positive. Like, I wasn't expecting to have made this much progress, but we did. Maybe I should stream more often and pull you guys all in. We actually did it. Yeah, so tune in next time where we try and tackle the SFL files. I'm going to abuse this new power. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to call it there though. Good stream. Good fun. Hope I didn't bore too many people. And yeah. Connection held up pretty well for most of that actually, as well. Yeah, I'm glad. I don't know when I'll stream next, but since there seems to be an audience, I will definitely consider it in the future though. Figure something out. We will figure something out. Alright. Good stuff. Yeah.